Right now, inside the walls of your office or, a massive movie theater, there's a literal turf war happening. It's between the ultra high definition video you want to see and the physical limits of the cables trying to deliver it. Welcome to today's deep dive.
Yeah, it's a huge bottleneck for modern AV.
Right. So today we're looking at a highly technical product spec sheet from HDTVSupply. It's for something called the Atlona AT-HDR-EX-70C-KIT, our mission here. Decoding this dense AV jargon to uncover how flawless video and audio actually travel across massive spaces, without losing a single pixel.
Because standard HDMI cables are great for a living room, but they fail hard at a distance.
Yeah.
If you're designing a high-end commercial theater or, say, a massive conference room, your projector is usually miles away from the receiver.
Which makes basic cables a total logistical nightmare. Okay, let's unpack this. A standard HDMI cable is basically a very short leash, right? You try to stretch that data too far and the signal it just dies.
Exactly, it just drops out completely. But this $740 Atlona kit cuts the leash entirely by using HDBaseT technology.
Wait, but what actually is HDBaseT?
So think of HDBaseT as the global standard for cramming ultra-high-definition audio and video through a standard, everyday Ethernet cable, like your typical Cat6A or CT7.
Oh, so instead of a thick, fragile HDMI cord, this kit just uses a single Ethernet wire.
Yeah, just one wire to blast 1080p video up to 230 feet away. And it can even handle 4K HDR up to 130 feet.
That is a massive distance.
It really is an engineering feat. Pushing that sheer volume of data over 100 feet without it degrading into a pixelated mess is incredible.
Okay, but getting the signal 130 feet away is one thing. What does it actually look like when it arrives? The spec sheet boasts 4K UHD video at 60 Hz with 4.4.4 chroma sampling.
Right, and it claims visually lossless compression and zero latency.
Yeah, but I have to push back here. Is 4.4.4 chroma sampling really something you are going to notice? Or is this like buying a sports car just to drive it in a school zone?
Well, to run with your analogy, streaming Netflix on your couch is the school zone. But this Atlona kit is building the Autobahn.
Oh, wow, okay.
What's fascinating here is the biology behind that 4.4.4 number. Human eyes are incredibly sensitive to brightness luminance, but we're actually pretty terrible detecting fine details in color.
Oh, so streaming services just exploit this biological blind spot.
Exactly. They throw away huge amounts of color data just to save bandwidth.
Okay, so standard video is literally missing color data, but my brain just doesn't notice during like a fast-moving movie scene.
You don't notice it at all when things are moving.
But what happens when things aren't moving? Say you've got a massive spreadsheet full of tiny text in a boardroom.
That is exactly when your brain suddenly notices. That missing color data makes the edges of tiny text look fuzzy, or, they look like they're bleeding into the background.
Yikes, that sounds awful for a presentation.
It is. So 4.4.4 chroma sampling means absolutely zero color data is compressed or discarded. That zero latency, full color transmission guarantees that the crisp edges of a spreadsheet leaving the computer arrive instantly, crystal clear on the display.
That makes sense. But usually, high-tech commercial solutions like this mean you're drowning in messy wiring. This kit features PoE, though, right? Power over Ethernet.
Yeah, power over Ethernet is a lifesaver here.
But how is one Ethernet cable carrying uncompressed 4K video and electricity without frying the system?
It utilizes the physical architecture of a CT6 cable itself. Inside the jacket, you have multiple twisted pairs of copper wire.
Okay.
The Atlona transmitter, which is the box of your video source, sends low-voltage power safely through the unused copper pairs directly to the receiver behind your TV.
So you completely eliminate the need for an extra wall plug behind the display.
You do. It's brilliant for clean setups.
That solves the power problem, but what about control? The specs mention IR and RS-232 pass through. I know IR is infrared for standard remotes, but RS-232 sounds like something from an old dial-up modem.
It does sound ancient, but it's actually the commercial AV standard for sending serial data. You use it to turn massive displays on and off remotely, or to switch inputs.
Oh, so because the kit passes those control signals through that same single Ethernet cable, you can just point a remote at the TV in the boardroom.
Right, and it controls the video player sitting in a tech closet 130 feet away.
Yeah.
Combined with the included surface mounting hardware, it allows for completely hidden, sleek installations.
So what does this all mean? When you look past the dense jargon, this Atlona kit is a powerful HDCP 2.2 compliant shortcut. which simply means it plays nice with the latest copy protection standards for 4K content.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the key to getting pristine long-distance video and control into classrooms and theaters without sacrificing quality or cluttering up your space with wires. You finally get to take that short HDMI leash off.
Solving that physical constraint is just huge for modern AV, but it leaves you with a really interesting question to ponder.
Oh, what's that?
As our displays demand increasingly massive amounts of data moving from 4K to 8K and beyond, will the humble, twisted copper Ethernet cable remain the ultimate magic bullet for transmitting our digital world? Or are we rapidly approaching a hard physical limit to what a single wire can actually carry?